Hey guys, it is Mick, and welcome back to more Persona 3 FES. It has been a little bit since I last recorded, I will admit, because, I'm lazy. But anyway, last time I said we were going to go to Tartarus this time, and, well, that's exactly what we'll be doing. So, hello, Mitsuru. Let's go to Tartarus tonight. So, turns out, Junpei isn't joining us today, so this might have been somewhat akin to a mistake because we don't have a full party. But, you know what? I'm nothing if not a dumbass. Mama didn't raise no quitter, but she did raise a fool, and that's a terrible combination, so you know what, let's get going. Okay. I believe the floor we're trying to get to this time is the 36th floor, so we got about 10 to go. I'm gonna, as usual, probably try to avoid some boss fight, or just some fights on my way up to the boss, and then once we're done, as usual, then I'll go and tire everyone up, but we'll see. I'll try to scan the floors above you. Hold on. Sorry, I can't get a clear reading. I may have reached the limit of my ability. Sorry, but can you continue to the next floor? We sure can. And that's not great. Our support is reaching the end of our supportive ability. That's fun. But as usual, we have a Tartarus section. I will turn the mic over to Future Me and see what they come up with. So, we're actually finishing off this section of the block today, even if it takes me, like, a second to figure that out in the video proper. So, I think it's time we talk about another batch of personas that you can get. Like last time, the ones I'll be talking about will be the ones I've gotten myself up to this point. So, let's jump right into it. First off is a simple one. Slime. Now, slime doesn't seem to be based off of any specific folklore in particular that I can find, but instead are just a common type of monster that appears largely in other types of media, such as other RPGs, like Dragon Quest or Tales of, Master Belch from Earthbound, or like movies, such as The Blob. They're just a common monster type that seem to be included in this game. Megami Tensei's fandom wiki refers to Dungeons & Dragons in particular, and there are a handful of monsters in folklore that do have slime-like qualities, even if they're not strictly slimes themselves. An example of that would be Shoggoths in Lovecraftian lore, which are sort of amorphous beings that can shapeshift into any form they need. Which should actually be noted, they are their own persona in this series, though they only appear in Persona 2. And from Japanese folklore, there's also the Nupeppo, which is described as like a blob of meat made from rotting flesh, and if one eats the flesh of one, they're granted eternal youth. Next up is an iconic one, Jack Frost. Jack Frost is very popular in the Persona and Mega Tensei series, and I'd personally consider him to be one of the series' mascots, having an appearance in most of the games, as well as a spin-off of the Jack family of personas or demons. Jack Bros fans, let's go! Anyway, Jack Frost is a character that has appeared in European literature since the 1700s about, with the earliest mention of him being in a book called Round About Our Coalfire, or Christmas Entertainments, with the passage, "This time of year being cold and frosty, generally speaking, or when Jack Frost commonly takes us by the nose. The diversion are within doors, either in exercise or by fireside." Jack Frost is often described as a personification of winter and frost, and is said to leave frost patterns on windows in cold winter mornings. Modern day, he remains a popular character, appearing both as a hero and a villain in many movies, many of which have the same name, as well as a handful of video games. There are also other folkloric winter spirits similar to him, such as, but not limited to, Grandfather Frost in Russia or Mrs. Hole in Germany. Another figure with the name Jack is Pyro Jack, and side note, there are a lot of figures with the name Jack in folklore. Likely due to Jack being a common boy's name, so he became a sort of archetype. But I also personally love the idea that every folklore Jack is the same dipshit, making more and more mistakes. But either way, he's almost as iconic as Jack Frost, appearing in a large chunk of the series, including the amazing Jack Bros! But there's no exact character called Pyro Jack, but that's okay, because his name in Japanese is Jack Lantern, which is a much easier jumping off point. But even without that, his head is clearly based off of a jack-o'-lantern. I mean, come on. As you likely all know, jack-o'-lanterns are a decoration made during Halloween in which you carve a face into a pumpkin. And the practice of carving faces into vegetables in general, such as turnips, has been commonplace throughout the world. They're said to both represent spirits, as well as ward off evil ones. It's also possible that Jack-o'-lantern is derived from an Irish story called Stingy Jack, sometimes known as Jack of the Lantern to make this point clear. Stingy Jack was an old drunk who loved to deceive other people. One night, he happened across the devil himself, hoping to collect his soul. Realizing the time had come, Jack asked to be granted one last drink before being taken down to hell, which the devil obliged. He took Jack to the pub, to which Jack requested the devil pay all his tabs. The devil decided to do so, and transformed himself into a silver coin to use to pay. But then Jack placed the coin into his pocket next to a crucifix, which prevented the devil from changing back. Jack only agreed to release him on the condition that he be allowed to run free for another 10 years, which the devil, with no other way to escape, accepted. 10 years passed, and Jack and the devil met once again, and Jack requested that before he's taken, if he could have just one last apple, as to which the devil once again accepted. The devil climbed a tree to retrieve one, and then Jack surrounded the tree with crucifixes. Once again, Jack made a demand, that his soul never be taken to hell, which the devil, once again having no way to escape, accepted. Eventually, Jack did succumb to death, but because of his deceit and alcoholism, he was not allowed into heaven. And due to his deal with the devil, he was not allowed into hell either, instead forced to roam in between with only a hollowed-out turnip as a lantern to use as a light. This lantern being a clear parallel to the now jack-o'-lanterns. Elsewise, jack-o'-lanterns are also associated with the Headless Horseman, who's sometimes depicted with a pumpkin in place of his head, as Pyro Jack is. They can also be compared to will-o'-the-wisps, which are lights seen at the night in European folklore that are oft said to mislead travelers. Now, Fornius was one I expected to find more on, but couldn't really find much that wasn't a reference just back to Megami Tensei, or the Fate series. That said, Fornius comes from a grimoire on demonology known as the Lesser Key of Solomon, which is a sort of compilation of demonology throughout the years. And he's specifically in the section Ars Goetia, which lists the names and ranks of 72 different demons. Fornius is a great marquis of hell and allegedly commands 29 legions of demons, and he's often interpreted as a sort of protector demon, not strictly being evil and instead protecting others from evil. And he's apparently a teacher of rhetoric as well as language, and he can control the reputation of men and can make them loved by friends and foes alike. He's commonly depicted as a sea monster, as he is in Persona, but apparently has a human form which he's said to prefer. Next is Oymoykane, who is a Shinto god, specifically the god of wisdom and intelligence, which right off the bat is likely why his persona is portrayed as a sort of brain creature. Though typically in Shinto mythology itself, he's portrayed as an elderly man. He is the son of Takami Musubi, and the older brother of Taku Hatachichi Hime. He appears in one of the stories of the sun goddess Amaterasu, where she had hidden herself away in a cave out of fear of Susanoo, and as the sun goddess, that caused darkness to befell the world. Oymoykane was the one who came up with the plan to convince Amaterasu to leave the cave, and his plan included holding a festival, which caused her to grow curious about the commotion and leave the cave. Otherwise, Oymoykane was trusted as a sort of advisor to the gods, and was relied on by Amaterasu heavily. Yomotsu Shikome is another persona we have, which the name translates literally to Ugly Woman of the Underworld, which, like, damn, rude. They're also known as Yotsume Hisame, and are 8 residents of the underworld. They appear in the story of Izanagi and Izanami, which is both a creation myth and is similar in its broad strokes to the story of Orpheus, which, given that the Persona 3 protagonist persona is Orpheus, and the Persona 4 protagonist persona is Izanagi, I find that little parallel kind of funny and interesting. But either way, Izanagi and Izanami were both siblings as well as lovers, and their union, as well as Izanagi's cleansing at the end of the myth, brought about the earth as well as many of the other gods. Izanami died in childbirth, giving birth to Kagutsuchi, and her death caused Izanagi to descend into Yomi, or the underworld, with the desire to see her again. However, when Izanagi reaches Izanami, he finds that she has already become one with the underworld, as she had already partaken of the underworld's food, and thus has taken on a grotesque and rotting form. Izanagi seeing this form angers Izanami, and in retaliation she sends to Shikome after him as he attempts to escape. He does, however, shake them, with the means of his escape varying from tellings of the story. In some cases, he throws down his headdress and his comb, which causes grapes and bamboo shoots to grow, and the Shikome are slowed trying to eat them. At another, he urinates on a large tree, causing the water in the nearby river to overflow, preventing the Shikome from crossing. Either way, he escapes from the underworld and cleanses his body in a bath. Lastly for this batch is the Valkyrie, which there was a lot for, which is to be expected considering Norse mythology is extremely popular and thus very well documented. The Valkyrie were the handmaidens of the king of the gods, Odin, and they were sent by him to battlefields to both choose warriors to die and to identify those who were worthy of a place of honor in Valhalla, which was a hall of honored warriors where they would both prepare for Ragnarok as well as just drink and feast and make merry, and these warriors became known as the Einherjar. The Valkyrie are then said to serve the Einherjar whenever they are not preparing for the events of Ragnarok. There are many different named Valkyrie, though 2 of the most famous ones, in my opinion, are Brunhild, whose original status as a Valkyrie is actually up for debate, as she isn't referred to one in many of the stories, so it's entirely possible she became known as one after the fact, but she wasn't originally one. But I'm not making any judgment on that, I don't know. And then there's Skuld, both of which appear in the Megami Tensei series, though not frequently and not in this one. Brunhild's only in one other game, and Skuld's in a couple, including Persona 2. And of course, there are many other named Valkyrie, but these are just the 2 I'm mentioning here. There were many poems and stories told about the Valkyrie, and it would take way too much time to go through all of them. But as for the 2 I mentioned, Skuld appears in the poem Voluspa from the Poetic Edda, along with 5 others. Translated from Icelandic, it apparently reads, and excuse me for some of my pronunciation, "She saw Valkyries come from far and wide, ready to ride to Guthu. Skuld held a shield, and Skolgo was another. Gunnar, Hildir, Gondel, and Geirskogul." She also appears in the Prose Edda, which lists the names of many other Valkyries, and it's worth noting that Brunhild is not listed there. And I'm running out of time here, but Brunhild appears all over the place, and her story is mainly about the relationship between her and Sigurd, or Siegfried, who is a persona in this game. So if I cover him, I will talk more about their story in depth there. Alright, well, we've made it, but as usual, we're going to want to warp down back to the first floor real quick. So we can replenish the little bit of health and SP we lost. Not a whole lot, because I was avoiding most fights. As well as we're gonna want to save. And let's go visit the Velvet Room and see what we can do right now. I know we have a request to turn into Elizabeth, so let's do that before I forget. And we haven't leveled up, so our personas are probably... I'm probably not going to be able to do anything else with them, but we can check regardless. You seem to have completed a request. Just a moment while I check. This must be a fencing AP. A triangular sword. Yes, this meets the requirements for my request. This AP was once used for the final rounds in fencing matches. Fencers wore white uniforms so that the blood from struck blows would be more visible. Along similar lines, do you know why my clothes are blue? I will give you 4 choices. 1, I look attractive in blue. This is true. 2, I look presentable in blue. This is also true. 3, why not? Also true. 4, other. Also true. I will ask my master for the true answer. Please accept your reward. And we get the protection sutra from that. I don't recall what those things do, so I'm gonna go look at them in just a sec. What other requests do we have? Jack Brothers, we need both Jack Frost and Pyro Jack for that. We just need to create Oberon and get him to level 17, so if we can create Oberon, we will. A steel medal. We should definitely accept this one, now that we've seen gold shadows on this block, and then I'll hold off on this one. Maybe once we beat the boss, we can go and try and farm this one a little bit. Do we don't have Oberon, do we? No, I didn't think so. Alright, well, we're done here for just the moment, so let's see what we can fuse. We can fuse... Well, we already have Jack Frost, so that doesn't matter. We could fuse Archangel if we would like to, but I don't see why we would. Yeah, we're fine for now for that. We can't even fuse Oberon at all, can we? No. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's anything we need to fuse right at this moment, so let's check our... Yeah, we can't get Pyro Jack until 14. And I just want to see if we can fuse Oberon at this point, which it doesn't look like it. Oh, there we can, but it's at level 15, so we'll have to return to level 15. And at that point, we might just get enough bonus experience from the Emperor Social Link that it'll just level up on its own. Wouldn't that be convenient? Either way, let's go. It's time to go fight the boss. I'm going to double check what personas I have, because I don't want to equip a persona with wind weakness. So Automitama is out. Okay, anything but Automitama will work then. I'll probably just stick to Yomotsu Shikome then at that. No, we should probably start with Valkyrie so we can get that auto Tarukacha right off the bat, right? And then we can switch to Yomotsu Shikome for the... Oh, Yomotsu Shikome also has it. So yeah, I'm gonna start with this and then we're gonna like open with Tarunda. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense. Otherwise, right, we wanted to check out that item we got, which was the Protection Sutra. Raises the entire party's defense. So it's basically just like a pocket Rakukaja then. That's good. Okay. Against my better judgment, because we are down a party member, we are going to go and try this thing. But since it uses wind, maybe Junpei would have been more of a liability anyway, so maybe this works out. We'll see. Oh, that is just a dead end. We need to go this way. Hello. You can win. I'm certain of it. I appreciate your faith, Mitsuru, but I'm not so certain. Because we are at, like, level 11.
Its Arcana is the Empress. It's a guardian, so it'll be a difficult...
And, this thing is, like, level 17. But anyway, this is the Change Relic. It has no weaknesses, but it nulls wind, light, and dark. So, Yukari's... elemental skills won't be super helpful here, so I'm just going to put her on heal support. It uses both Garula and Ma-Garula, so the second tier wind attacks, and one of them is a full party attack. It also has the Rakukaja, so it can increase its defense. It has Poison Mist, so it can poison us, and it has Dia, so it can heal itself a little bit. So yeah, let's give this a shot, and we're gonna decrease its attack right off the bat because it is strong. I would very much rather not it absolutely destroy us right off the bat. And Akihiko gets a critical hit. Alright, well done, Akihiko. We're gonna take advantage of that right away. Nice. That's a good start. And of course, you have to use wind, so you know not to use wind in the future. Oh, good. That is perfect. Exactly who we wanted you to attack. You were the one with Tarukaja, right? Yeah, I'm going to put a Tarukaja on Akihiko real quick, because he's definitely gonna be a damage dealer for sure. So let's make sure he's doing that damage. And another critical hit. Akihiko, go off, bro. You're killing it already. Very nice. That's fine. Any of us getting poisoned. Okay. I'm just gonna ignore that for now, and... let me check my personas again. So the Valkyrie is mainly strength, so I could go in with a Herculean strike, and that might do well. And Yomotsushikoma is basically my other option here, and it's a magic attacker, so I could also go in with Zio if I wanted to. I'll do Herculean strike right now and just see what that does. 92. Okay, that seems to be like it's gonna be our go. Jesus Christ, Akihiko. You're just going nuts on this thing. I don't know why I was worried. Like, I thought for sure that because Junpei wasn't with us, like, we were going to get just absolutely overwhelmed. But I suppose not. Is it worth Tarukaja-ing ourselves at this point? I don't think so. Let's just go all in. Because he'll hit it with a Sonic Punch, and if... okay, that one didn't critical hit. But, like, what if it did, though? And it's probably gonna... oh, it's attack reverted, so it's hitting us with a Garula. Oof! Okay. Do I have anything that is resistant to Garu? No, only weak. We're probably gonna want to heal ourselves then. So this might be our best bet. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I'm going to set both of you on heal support for now, because I need it. And then I'm going to... I should have done this earlier, truth be told, but I'm going to neutralize the poison.
Don't overdo it.
And this should keep us in the game.
Hang in there.
Yeah, nice, alright. Oh, and good. That's actually the best possible outcome, because that means it's not poisoning us, nor is it hurting us. So Yukihiko, Akihiko, you can go back onto that, and I'm gonna Tarukaja you.
Let's go.
And Yukari will probably heal him.
Still alive.
Yeah, good. Oh, you know why Akihiko's hitting crits so much? Because he's in great condition. Oh, oof. Part of me's like, it's low enough on health already. It'll be fine. But I'm not going to take that risk again. So I'm going to remove my own poison. Akihiko will attack it. And then Yukari will heal him, and then we can remove Akihiko's poison the next time around. Or we might be able to just finish it off. Ooh. I'm gonna play risky. We'll see if we can finish it off. Shoot.
Don't overdo it.
Thank you, Akihiko. You just covered my ass, except Yukari's gonna heal you because you're the poisoned one. And you're okay, that's healing itself, so we're fine. Okay. I had my fun being a reckless little bastard, so let's heal Akihiko, and, you know.
I can't lose.
Alright, he got another critical hit. This might finish it off.
I've been waiting for this.
But after that game, yeah, this finished it off, but after the game immediately humbled me when I was like, yeah, let's play risky. I didn't want to take that chance again. But we got near 300 experience and Coin of Queen. And we get a surge of energy inside. Very nice. Anyway, I'm actually going to... I'm gonna put my Jizumaru back on, I believe. And let's give this toy bow to Yukari, because I believe it's better than what she currently has equipped. Yeah, much better. There we go. And I believe... yeah, let's pick up these treasure chests, and then that's as far as we're going today. Ooh, we got a Soma, that's very good. That's the full party, full heal, and a Tristo gem, which I believe is just like a pocket warp back to the first floor of Tartarus. So that's also very useful. We are going back to the first floor again, just to, you know, as per usual, restore our health, restore our SP. But we're not done here. I'm going to spend some time leveling up. This might make Junpei fall behind a little bit, but it's fine. He'll catch up. And then we're also going to be looking for gold shadows in order to get the Elizabeth request done. And we'll see how far we level up. If we level up enough to fuse Pyrojack, we'll try and get that fusion spell out of the way for that request. And if we level up enough to get to Oberon, then we'll try and fuse Oberon for that, request. Either way, I'm not going to force you to watch me sit through all this out. So, see you at any, like, important bits, like levels up and stuff. Wait, actually, I changed my mind because I just remembered something. We're going to jump up to floor 36 again real quick because I believe I actually believe that this is as far as we need to go for the Arqa block right now. That the next bit of the Arqa block doesn't unlock after a while. So we're going to... I think we have like a couple more floors to push through. Fortunately, there are few enemies in that area. Yeah, I think we only have a couple floors to push through, and then we're going to be like reaching the next like checkpoint. Oh, damn, did it get the... Yeah, it got the advantage on me, damn. That's fine. But yeah, so we're just gonna keep going for now.
We're at a disadvantage.
Damn, sorry about that, Akihiko. These are birds. They should be weak to Zio. That makes sense, I think. That or pierce attacks. I was incorrect. Oops. Oh, shoot. That sucks. This is why...
I can't hold out much longer. Can you manage with
No, I can't.
I don't want to be a burden.
I need you here, Akihiko. Because my hubris immediately got the best of me. Even though I wasn't even being that cocky. Either way, I would like all my party members here. Okay, so they're weak to Bufu. And that makes this easier. But yeah, so that's something that can happen in regular encounters. If your party members get low on health, they can ask you to leave. And no, I need you here. If for nothing else, you can take a hit for me. So that you die instead of me, so I don't get a game over. Man, I'm such a great leader, wouldn't you say? Anyway, Yukari, let's heal us, please and thank you. Man, I just wanted the chest. I should have ignored it. Never mind, it's a revival bead. It was worth it. My god. There are a few enemies there as well. And thank god for that. Ooh, 6,000 yen. Very nice. There are a few enemies there as well. Yeah, okay. So I made the right call. We just need to get to floor 40, I believe it is, and then we'll be good to go. And then we're free to just go and grind. I could have waited for a day that Junpei was here. Whoops, that's fine. We got old document 2. Let's go and see what it says. Let's check our dictionary. Weird. Kurijo Ergo Research Branch plans to build a lab on this island. I wonder what for. It's a good question. Sounds like the Kurijo group was up to something. And the path to the next floor is blocked. Okay, so yeah. I was actually... The reason I actually chose to listen to Akihiko saying he felt great and go tonight was actually because I was feeling a bit apprehensive about how far we had to go because I waited for Akihiko to go. I thought I was going to run out of time, but I forgot that the Arqa block, or at least this part of the Arqa block, stops at floor 40. So it's like, oh, I see. We are actually okay. I actually had plenty of time. I didn't mean to go to fuse personas. I have nothing I would like to fuse as of right now. Let's go to... Yeah, let's register personas, except for Angel, because Angel was something we picked up just along the way as fusion fodder, and I believe the Angel we have registered is better. Same with Neko... No, yeah. No, I think Angel is what we pulled from the compendium, and Nekomata is the one that's better. Yeah, that's what it was. But either way, it doesn't matter. There we go. Let's accept this request so we can immediately turn it in. You seem to have completed a request. Just a moment while I check. You've brought the second old document. Nicely done. You may be wondering how these documents ended up in such an unusual place. I believe that answer lies within the tower. Please accept your reward, which is a Balm of Life. That is a resurrection item. That is a full heal, which is very useful. Anyway, that's all we're doing here. So let's go and get that medal for Elizabeth by tracking down some gold shadows. And we'll be fighting some things along the way. See how far we get leveling up. Okay, we found one. Please. I don't want to get... Okay, yeah, I didn't want to approach too close and scare it away. Okay, good. It's waiting. Thank God. And that should give us the drop we need.
You have the potential.
Yes, we got the steel medal. Alright, now all that's left is to run out the stamina that our party members have. I did not mean to check your equipment. I instead meant to request healing. Thank you. Hey, we got a level up. We are level 13 now. Very nice.
I'm getting kind of tired. This is not good. Takiba is fatigued.
So Yukari is tired, huh? How, where's our experience at for the MC right now? Because that'll determine whether I keep pushing on. 400? We could probably keep pushing on, truth be told. Where's Jack Frost at? Jack Frost is not leveling up, but we might be able to. We'll see. We'll go until either Akira levels up once more, or all 3 party members are tired.
What's wrong? Are you feeling tired?
Well, we are tired, but Akihiko is not just yet, so we shall keep going.
Keep up the good work.
I can't believe I'm this tired.
Akihiko, that was perfect timing, because if I am not mistaken, after this battle, we will be leveling up, yes? Yep. So we're now level 14. So again, perfect timing, Akihiko. Well done.
My skills have improved.
And wow, very lucky that there was a warp right there as well, because I was about to use a Tristo gem if there wasn't. That puts us at level 14, which means we're able to... yeah, go back to the dorm, you two. That's fine. We're able to fuse Pyrojack now, is that correct? Let's see if we can first. I'm not gonna fuse it right away, but... what do we fuse it with? Was it a triangle? Yeah, okay, it was a triangle spread with Jack Frost himself. Okay, cool. Yeah, we can do that. Let's register Aramitama and Jack Frost first, though. You seem to have completed a request. Just a moment while I check. I see you've brought 1 steel medal as I requested. Thank you. The treasure hand is more difficult to defeat than the wealth hand, is it not? It is about the same. I never thought you'd be able to fulfill this request. Please accept your reward. And we get a spiked bat, which I believe counts as a 2-handed sword. Let's just register everything. You know what, I'm not too concerned about the Nekomata now that I think about it. That's fine. I'm probably not going to summon it again for anything other than social links. So now that that's there, now we can go and fuse Pyrojack. And we're giving up a Justice and a Chariot for that, huh? Well, we'll get stuff from the compendium as we need it. I don't need to pay too much attention to that right now, I think. Yes, let's fuse Pyrojack. Yes, this persona is very acceptable, thank you. Are you serious? Are you serious? So, this is something unique. This is called, it's like a fusion mistake. Sometimes, very rarely, I don't know the exact rate, but when fusing, sometimes you'll get a fusion mistake, and the game will spit at you something that you did not want to fuse. And in this instance, it gave me slime. So I guess we're accepting slime into our heart. Jesus Christ. This is not what I wanted. Not by a long shot, but I guess we have slime with Raging Tiger. Sick. Well, I guess I will register that if it didn't, like, automatically, because I don't think... Yeah, the level ups don't automatically register, so I guess we'll register that. May as well. Can we fuse Pyrojack with anything we have, or do we have to summon other things again? Because if we have to summon other things again, I'm gonna have to let some personas go. This is stupid. So it was... I know it was Jack Frost. It was Angel. And it was a Chariot persona, if I recall. Yeah, I believe it was Aramitama. Yeah, that's fine. That was Angel. And, of course, Jack Frost. But we need to free up some space, so let's see what else we can fuse, I suppose. That ideally doesn't use Aramitama or Angel. Sure, let's fuse Nigi Mitama. We can do this. It's not getting any bonus for it, but why not? God damn it. I was thinking about it too at the time. I'm like, hey, how wild would it be if we got a fusion mistake while doing that? And that, like, I didn't say it out loud, but I should have because, well, sure was wild, wasn't it? Let's try this again. Once more, without a fusion mistake, please, if it's all the same. No, we don't want Nigi Mitama, we want Aramitama. There we go. If it's all the same to you... I don't want those skills on Pyrojack. I also don't want Ice Boost on Pyrojack. Pyrojack doesn't ice skills. Tsukikaja. Sure. That's fine, I guess. There. There. This persona... Okay, so yeah, this is another one with something in it. He's Pyrojack, hee-ho! Hee-ho. Rage boost. What does makes one foe panic? Well, I don't use status effects anyway, but I guess getting rid of panic and getting rid of panic so we can use rage boost might be a bit better. Anyway, let's fuse Pyrojack, please and thank you. Or summon Jack Frost, There we go. What do we have? What arcanas do we have on us? It doesn't really matter right now. Nothing upcoming needs... Okay, so we have strength. Strength is who we're hanging out with tomorrow, but it would have been fine even if we didn't have a matching arcana at this point, but I didn't mean to go into fuse again. Let's accept the request. Why not, right? Accept request. Perform. This is for, yeah, not until the third block, which is a way off. Okay, yeah. Let's perform Jack Brothers. I'm not gonna go too far ahead. I'm just gonna go to floor 1, really. Get like a super weak enemy there to just use it on, so we have no risk of getting our ass handed to us by just a random shadow. But yeah, I'm ready. Oh, and right, we have the spiked baseball bat now, right? Where did that go? Yeah, it's just better. It's just factually better, so may as well equip it. We just need one shadow. Show yourself. You have shown yourself. We are able to use Jack Brothers! Let's go, Jack Bros! And it knocks down all foes with medium odds. So they just put on a bad comedy act, huh?
There are 2 left.
Anyway, I'll see you back at Elizabeth.
This is not good.
Hey, Elizabeth. I have confirmed your casting of the fusion spell Jack Brothers. What a charming operetta from the 2 brothers. Operetta. In any case, I would gladly summon them just to watch that again. Please accept your reward, which is some Bufala gems. That's pretty nice. Some free Bufus. It got like 2 experience, but like sure, let's log that experience on the Jack Bros. Pyrojack. Either way, after all that will be all for this video. So, thank you so very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and the next one, we're social linking again. So until then, I hope you're having a fantastic day.